Zambia, connecting makers and events that make news in the global village.
Good evening. This is the 5FM radio headlines. Police in Makeni investigating a case of child dissociation. The Joint Technical Committee meeting on the operationalization of the Katima Mulilo one-stop border post commences. Suicide bomber killed in Uganda on Christian holiday, Army says. This bulletin is live on our Facebook and YouTube channel, 5FM Radio Zambia. With the details, my name is Lance Sani Banda. Police in Makeni are investigating a case of child dissociation reported on May 31, 2025 at around 21 hours. The report was made via a cell phone call by Mr. Hamzi Ford, a Lebanese national residing on Makeni Road, who stated that he had found an abandoned baby outside his gate. According to Mr. Ford, at approximately 20:30 hours on the same day, while at his residence in the Londola area of Makeni, he was alerted by the persistent barking of his dog. Confirming the development, Police Public Relations Officer Ray Hamonga said that upon checking outside, Mr. Ford discovered his dog standing by the gate with a baby crying nearby. Mr. Hamonga explained that when Mr. Ford opened the gate, he found a male infant estimated to be about 1 month old, wrapped in a baby blanket and left alone. Police officers responded promptly and secured the baby, who was then taken to the University Teaching Hospital UTH for medical observation. Mr. Hamonga stated that the child was briefly admitted and has since been placed in a safe home by the Department of Social Welfare, where he is currently receiving care. He has appealed to members of the public. If anyone has information that may assist in identifying the mother or guardian of the abandoned child, they are urged to come forward and report to the police. The Joint Technical Committee JTC meeting on the operationalization of the Katima Mulilo one-stop border post has commenced in Livingstone, Zambia, marking a significant milestone in the collaboration between Zambia and Namibia to enhance cross-border trade and regional integration. In January this year, a Zambian delegation led by the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry successfully concluded the inaugural Joint Trade Committee JTC meeting in Sesheke, Zambia. The meeting focused on developing draft terms of reference to govern the operationalization of the one-stop border post, as outlined in the bilateral agreement signed on June 21st, 2024 in Katima Mulilo, Namibia. The meeting laid a strong foundation, establishing proposed governance structures for the Katima Mulilo one-stop border post and developing an implementation plan to guide operationalization. The one-stop border post is expected to be a catalyst for trade, economic growth, and deeper regional integration, directly impacting cross-border mobility, business competitiveness, and livelihoods. Joint Technical Committee Chairperson Mr. Derek Sikombe from Zambia's Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry, and Mr. Wilbrod Poniso, Head of Customs and Excise at Namibia Revenue Agency, NAMRA, emphasized the importance of prioritizing consensus, practicality, and forward momentum in the deliberations. He added that the Katima Mulilo one-stop border post is more than just infrastructure. It's a catalyst for trade, economic growth, and deeper regional integration, with its operational efficiency directly impacting cross-border mobility, business competitiveness, and livelihoods. The governance structure being developed will provide a blueprint for coordinated and efficient border operations, supporting trade facilitation, security, and regional cooperation.
Colleagues, the agenda before us is of a critical importance. The establishment of the OSBP at Katima Mulilo is no longer a conceptual ambition, but rather it is a strategic imperative. Our governments have entrusted us with the responsibilities to expedite this process, and the time to act is now. We are all aware of the increasing congestions at our border, long queues of trucks, and delayed clearance processes are hampering the movement of goods and people. That undermines trade efficiency and costing our economies valuable time and resources. The pressure is mounting from traders, from transporters, from the citizens of our both countries. They are looking upon us for solutions.
Social Green Network Executive Director Ronald Mwape has expressed concern over the significant amount of waste contributed by plastic pollution to the environment both in the country and globally. Speaking during the World Environment Day 2025 awareness event in Lusaka this morning, Mr. Mwape observed that pollution threatens the health of people and other forms of life, highlighting the urgent need for collective action to address the issue. He stated that the event is a lead up to the commemoration of World Environment Day, which falls on the 5th of June 2025, under the theme Ending Plastic Pollution, Local Actions, Global Impact. Mr. Mwape emphasized that awareness campaigns on this issue are critical in curbing the vice as they encourage people to adopt sustainable plastic use and take action to protect the environment.
That fosters a vibrant lies in collaboration and collective action. Our vision at Social Green Network is to collaborate to solve social and environmental challenges. That's through shared ideas, resources, and action. Our mission is to create platforms to help implement and catalyze sustainability initiatives in communities and also in corporate organizations. In essence, Social Green Network bridges the gap between the change makers. Most of you are social change makers in your communities. Social Green Network, our mission is to connect you to the resources that you need.
And speaking at the same event, National Information Officer at the United Nations Information Center, Mark Maseko, noted that plastic pollution is directly impacting the environment, including water bodies, hence the need to address this scourge. Youth, Sport and Arts Minister Elvis Nkandu has held bilateral talks with the mayor of China's city of Wuxi, Mr. Zhao Jiangzhang, who was represented by Mr. Li Tao, president of the Wuxi Federation of the Returned Overseas Chinese. The discussions between the two parties focused on deepening bilateral cooperation in youth development, sports development, and the arts sector. The minister, who is in China on a working visit with his permanent secretary, Mr. Kangwa Chileshe, and other senior government officials, has reiterated Zambia's commitment to enhancing partnerships that empower youth and elevate sporting and artistic excellence. Mr. Nkandu and his delegation toured leading textile manufacturing company in Wuxi with the objective of sourcing affordable and quality sportswear for the National Sports Council of Zambia. This initiative aims to provide Zambian athletes and grassroots teams with durable and cost effective attire, thereby boosting participation and performance. In meantime, the textile company demonstrated advanced production capabilities and expressed willingness to explore a partnership framework to supply Zambia with customized sportswear solutions. This is contained in a statement made available to 5FM News by Ministry Principal Public Relations Officer Nchimonya Ngandu. The Rural Electrification Authority, REA, in partnership with the World Bank and Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, has finalized the implementation plan towards the electrification of the Meheba refugee settlement camp in northwestern province under Phase 2. With funding from the World Bank, the project will not only benefit Meheba but more host communities too. Speaking at the signing ceremony Tuesday morning, RIA Chief Executive Officer Engineer Linus Chanda said access to electricity is not only about powering homes, but also about powering potential and giving a platform for people residing in rural areas to reach their potential. Engineer Chanda explained that the projects will fall under the Zambia Refugees and Hosting Community Project, supported by the World Bank, aims to electricity not only Meheba, but host communities, which includes Nayanga, Mayama, and Miteba, using both on-grid and off-grid solutions. He said the partnership lays rather the foundation for lasting impact, strengthening resilience and promoting socio-economic integration of refugee as well as host communities alike. Speaking at the same event, World Bank representative Njavwa Chilufya said the World Bank remains committed to improving the welfare of refugees, but stated that this requires a multi-sectoral approach. She added that the World Bank, as a funder, remains committed to ensuring that the project is completed for residents in Meheba. Meanwhile, Home Affairs and Internal Security Permanent Secretary Dixon Matembo said the project is the expansion of sustainable energy access targeting some of Zambia's most vulnerable growth. The population of Meheba refugee settlement includes persons of concerns, POCs, refugees, former refugees, asylum seekers, and the host community. These settlers are mostly from Democratic Republic of Congo DRC, Angola, Rwanda, Burundi, and Somalia, making it the biggest settlement camp in the country, having been established in 1971 by the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, UNHCR. It is located in Kalumbila district, northwestern province of Zambia. And in other news trending this evening, the Ministry of Energy has reassured the public that the country currently has sufficient diesel stocks to meet national demand. Reports of shortages at selected fuel stations have been attributed to administrative and logistical challenges faced by individual oil marketing companies, OMCs, and not due to any disruption in the national fuel supply system. The Electoral Commission of Zambia (ECZ) has adjusted the date for filing in of nominations as well as the date for polls for the forthcoming FUE parliamentary by-elections. Up next, the business news.
5FM Radio Business News. We mean business. Keep you current in commerce, trade, and industry, local and global. It's our business to keep you informed about business.
The Food Reserve Agency (FRA) has set the buying prices for the 2025 marketing season at 340 kwacha per 50 kilogram bag of maize and 300 kwacha per 40 kilogram bag of paddy rice. The agency will target to buy 543,000 metric tons and 10,000 metric tons of paddy rice. However, the agency will not be limited to purchase the above stated quantity. Announcing the crop marketing arrangements today, FRA Board Chairperson Mr. Suresh Desai urged farmers to prioritize household food security by returning adequate quantities of food for home consumption. Mr. Desai stated that while farmers are free to sell their produce to any buyer, they should seriously consider selling to the Food Reserve Agency to help ensure national food security. He further advised farmers to clean their grain before delivering it to the nearest satellite depot, as this would help speed up the handling process at the depots.
300 kwacha per 40 kg bag of rice. Rice is packed in 40 kg bags. Maize is packed in 50 kg bags. I don't know why it is like that, but that is how it is going to be. Farmers know better why they went like that. So what I'm saying here is 50 kg bag of maize of rice, 340 kwacha is what we offer to them as tourism agency. And for rice, it is 300 kwacha for a 40 kg bag.
Ends the business news and in news from across our borders. Two people who the Ugandan army described as armed terrorists have been killed in the capital Kampala as the country marks Martyrs' Day, a Christian celebration to commemorate the faithful who died in the 19th century. A counter-terrorism unit intercepted and neutralized the two, one of whom was a suicide bomber in the upmarket suburb of Munyonyo. Army spokesperson Chris Magezi said in a post on X. The incident took place near the Roman Catholic Munyonyo Martyrs Shrine, where a small group had gathered to pray, local media reported. Reports also cited an explosion, with an eyewitness telling Uganda's Daily Monitor newspaper that the explosive detonated midway towards the church. And in sports news, the Copper Queens lost 2-0 to South Africa. It was a strong finish for Banyana in their final match of the FIFA International Friendly Three Nations Series at Lucas Moripe Stadium in Outer River. South Africa faced Zambia in a clash of continental giants, the reigning WAFCON champions versus the 2022 bronze medalists. At halftime, the score was locked at 0-0 after a tense and tactical first half. The breakthrough came in the 74th minute when Bongeka Gamede stepped up and delivered a superb free kick to give Banyana the lead. Just 10 minutes later, South Africa made it 2-0, sealing the win in front of a lively home crowd. Zambia responded with a late substitution, bringing on Frida Mukoma for Rachel Nachula, but it was too little too late. And in and now the weather or the weather report, few clouds with slightly windy and cool weather this evening. Northern, western, southern Lusaka and Copperbelt provinces. This weather item brings us to the end of the news, but before we go, a recap of the stories that made headlines. Police in Makeni are investigating a case of child desertion reported on May 31st, 2025 at around 21 hours. The Joint Technical Committee meeting on the operationalization of the Katima Mulilo one-stop border post has commenced in Livingstone, Zambia, marking a significant milestone in the collaboration between Zambia and Namibia to enhance cross-border trade and regional integration. And finally, two people who the Ugandan army described as armed terrorists have been killed in the capital Kampala as the country marks Martyrs' Day, a Christian celebration to commemorate the faithful who died in the 19th century. For more news, follow us on Facebook, 5FM Radio Zambia. On behalf of the entire news crew and the technical department, thank you for listening to the happy world of 5FM. Stay safe and stay tuned to 5FM Radio. My name is Lance Sunny Banda. Enjoy the rest of the evening.